Hey guys, today is another scary story, but with insane plot twist. I didn't really expect that, so enjoy.
I was 13 when my brother Billy went missing. He was 10. We were supposed to look out for each other, right? But that day, everything went wrong. Billy went out alone and never came back. Not for lunch, not for dinner, not ever. Naturally, I was questioned. Our whole family was. Statistically, 80% of crimes against children are committed within the family. When a child disappears, the parents are always the first to be checked. But I had nothing to tell the police. I didn't see who took Billy. I couldn't help. I wasn't even there. But if I had been with Billy that day, maybe that person wouldn't have targeted us. That means he was almost certainly the type who doesn't track specific victims. He just drives around looking for a vulnerable kid. Disorganized offenders, they act on impulse. So if I had been out walking with Billy that day, everything would have been fine. Why did we even assume someone took Billy? That was the official version. A strange van had been spotted in our neighborhood. A white man in his 60s. Pretty much the textbook child abductor. Nobody got his license plate, but there was a composite sketch. Completely useless, of course. There are millions of guys like that across the country. Billy Sanders, missing, 10 years old, slender build, distinguishing marks, mole under his left eye. God, I learned it by heart. Billy was never found, but to their credit, our parents never stopped hoping. They believed that one day that monster would die, get caught by the cops, or just make a mistake, and Billy would get a chance to escape. He'd come back to us one day. To them, Billy was alive, just not with us. Every couple of years, Billy's room was renovated. New clothes and toys were bought for him to grow into. Mom and Dad waited and hoped. As for me, I withdrew even more. After turning 18, I stayed living at my parents' house. We weren't very close. No, they never blamed me for what happened, but they couldn't forgive me for being the only one in our family who accepted it, who made peace with the fact that Billy wasn't coming back. Billy came back 6 years after he disappeared. He was picked up at some trap house in Pasadena. What mattered was that at the police station, this guy suddenly gave his supposed real name, Billy Sanders. He gave the day and year of his abduction, described the family, described the kidnapper. Mom sobbed when she read the interrogation transcript. The kid told them how he ran away, hung around bad crowds, and did drugs, and how he'd go back to his kidnapper, Harry, when things got really tough. But a few weeks ago, Harry drowned in a bathtub, drunk. The kid grabbed all the cash and walked off, straight to the police station. I have to admit, Angel, that was his street name, really did look like my brother. Even the mole under his left eye. Mom and Dad believed they found Lincoln right away. Of course they did, where Billy was remembering his home. After a couple of weeks, even I started to feel like Billy had never left. Angel fit into our family pretty well. He was sweet. He seemed harmless. Angel felt that I didn't believe him. He always tried to act extra friendly in my presence. Once, he hugged me. "You didn't do anything wrong, ma'am." "Nothing at all." My eyes suddenly stung. I felt like I was about to cry. For the first time in 6 years. When the police strongly recommended a DNA test, my mother was outraged, but Dad decided to find out the truth anyway. To avoid traumatizing the kid, Dad took a sample secretly. Of course, Angel knew all about the test. I saw him swapping the samples at night. He needed my DNA. I could have exposed him right then, but I didn't. Everything was fine. Billy's room was no longer empty, and my mom was smiling. You see, 2 months passed. Now that the DNA test had confirmed his story, Angel felt safe, relaxed, and one day he just said something careless. It made my mother cry. I wasn't going to let that slide. This guy was here to make my parents happy, not to upset them. I dragged my little brother into the bathroom so our parents wouldn't hear us. "You're not in a trap house anymore," I told him sternly. "You're in a respectable home. You need to watch your manners." He huffed and tried to walk past me. "Don't go imagining you're gonna be my daddy. Just because you failed to watch over me 6 years ago doesn't mean you get to start now." "I know who you are," I said, looking him straight in the eyes, "and I won't let you upset my parents. Keep that in mind." A cheeky smile played on his face. "And what are you gonna do to me, Big M? I'm your brother. Think you can just kick me out?" He reached for the door handle, but I yanked him back and slammed him hard against the tiled wall. "Let go," he squealed, squirming helplessly. I held my hand on his throat, not squeezing, but hard enough for him to feel it. I could have easily choked him if I wanted to, but instead I just leaned in and whispered, "Behave yourself, little B, or I'll do the exact same thing to you that I did to my real brother."
That's it. I hope you like it because the story really got me. So